Hello, hello, hello. I want to make another putty video because it is so wonderful. So we did a lot of work in the garden, felt good, and I cleaned the whole house, and that feels good too. And now I want to relax with this amazing putty. Make a relaxing video with it. And eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll this up like a burrito, like I did the other putty, and I'm gonna stick this into my artwork called Fort Bidwell Part 2. And it's a symmetrical structure. It's a styrofoam packaging material, and it kind of looks like a fortress. And I already put one green slime putty into one side where it has looks almost like a well, and then so I'm gonna put this one on the other side where it also goes symmetrical into a ditch like that. And it almost looks like an old-fashioned well type, like, where they had ornaments on that and a faucet and all of this. So I'm painting both pieces, part 1 and part 2, in that theme of Fort Bidwell. So I started with part 2 because that's our story. That's when we got there. That's when the owl came out of the window, and I painted the owl in abstract form, of course. And I am painting a belt right now on part 1, using part 1 as a holder for the belt so I can paint the belt. And so a lot of red paint got onto one side of that fortress, part 1. And I thought, yeah, that fits the theme of part 1, because part 1 is when it was built, 1865, and it was built to protect people from attackers. So that's what a fortress is for, right? But a lot of violence has happened in that fortress, and I read part of that, but they don't show the entire story of what happened there. So I could tell when we got there that place remembers a lot of violence, and there are entities in there as well. And I told them all is good, we're healing all of this. And so part 1 is going to have one side on the side all red, and the front side is compartmentalized in lots of squarish compartments. That's just how the styrofoam packaging material is. And I thought, okay, that's the side I'm going to use as the front side. And I guess I'm going to paint some horses in abstract form onto the front side, and green and trees, and I don't want to paint violence, but the red paint that already got onto one side can be representative for that what has happened in the past and that what needs to be healed. Okay, so the violence needs to be recycled into I turned it up. It needs to be recycled into red as in hearts, as in love. Okay, so that's what I want to do. That's my goal for that part 1. Fort Bidwell, part 1. It's a historic place, for sure. And it's boarded up. You can't go in. Only the owl is allowed to go in there. The owl lives in the first floor, or I don't know, second floor of that building. So I guess it has first floor, which is a couple of steps that go up, like, I don't know, about half of a room height. And then we have so we can say that's probably first floor. And so the second floor is where the owl has a room and has her nest in there. A lot of those places, they never had time to heal, just times shifted, new eras happened, new people walked in there. At some point, the whole building kind of collapsed on the inside, I guess, things got, maybe some people, I don't know, whoever lived there last, they couldn't afford to pay the repairs, and then the roof leaked in, and some wood got damaged, and that's what I'm assuming. So, and then it wasn't really safe anymore. It was condemned, sort of. It wasn't safe for the public to go into it anymore, and then they boarded it up. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous building. You can go there and check it out. Fort Bidwell, that's the town. Fort Bidwell, California. On the very outer edges of California. And that is California's, as Hugh Hauser said, that's California's gold. I got a blue donut for you. Ta 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 ta. Yes, it looks like a donut with a blue artificial glaze on it. That's very unhealthy. I wouldn't eat it. No, I definitely would not eat this. Yeah, it's a dream of mine ever since I've been to Fort Bidwell. We basically we discovered that on our road trip, so I didn't even know about it. We discovered it while we drove through Lake City, and then at the end of that road there was this big fortress, and I said, wow, now that's an interesting building. We gotta park here and go up. They didn't have a sign that said no trespassing for some reason. I thought that was strange. So usually, it has lots and lots of signs. No trespassing and whatever. But it's sort of deserted. I guess people don't go up there. So it's absolutely a paradise, my gosh. So it has just like this styrofoam piece. It's amazing that I found those styrofoam pieces, particularly the one which really kind of represents these two streams that come from both sides around that fortress. They're actually two streams, and I don't think they made those. They didn't dig those streams out. Those are natural streams that run on the bottom of that knoll, from both sides. And it's absolutely gorgeous and idyllic. I went down there to the bottom of one of the streams that was going through, I guess, underneath the road. Or maybe it's one stream that goes underneath the road and then comes out the other end. But it looked like the other stream was coming also from uphill, which is strange. So I'm going to represent that with these putties. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I want to go there again, and hopefully when the weather is good, so that I can go in there with my feet. I guess it's like knee deep or something, those stream beds, and I can sit there and just listen to the water run and enjoy the nature and the peacefulness of that. What an amazing property. Gosh, I wished I could have that. But I looked it up. It's not for sale. So it belongs to the government, I guess. Belongs to California. Gosh, I would love to have that place. I would love to get a fundraiser and raise enough money to remodel that, to completely restore it in its original form. At least, on the outside. And they did a marvelous job with the facade, and all built with large rocks, and they mixed their own natural cement that I just saw 333. Thank you, Blue God. Yeah, so they put a lot of work in it, and whoever drew it up, the architect, the designer behind that, I don't know, they didn't mention any designer name. Maybe it's that Sergeant John Bidwell, I think is his name. So maybe he drew it. I have to read this again. When we get free internet at the other house, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna research Fort Bidwell every single day. I'm gonna do that. So I want to do that. I want to take the time. I can't do that when we're in the van. I can only do the basics, check my email, check the messages, respond to people. The communication is the most important part. He's making noises. Yes. Okay. I better It's not very relaxing with that kind of noise in the background. But whatever. Whatever. The sun is going down. I'm not gonna make another video, no. This is the only video I'm gonna make for tonight. A relaxing putty video. And dreaming about Fort Bidwell. I want to one day have that place and make a therapy help center out of it. My very first therapy help center right in the fortress of Fort Bidwell. That would be incredible, an incredible, beautiful, beautiful thing. Also, the recycling part, from painful history of division, divided tribes, divided people, into unison, into oneness, okay? A oneness place of contemplation and peace and art and healing and therapy and inwardness meditation process. That's the most important part of it. Okay? And making peace, okay? For everyone to make peace. That's what I want to do, like what Thich Nhat Hanh is doing. He has people from the Middle East come there. He has groups of Palestinians and Israelis come there. And in the beginning, I guess the reason why they went there is because they were ready to do that healing process. Not everyone is ready, of course. They were ready for it, they were willing, but they still had some disputes in the beginning. Yeah, they had to work those out. They had to talk this through. Whatever disputes they were dealing with. Whatever, I don't know what they were doing. Probably working together, having to work together. So, and then he did this also, his own form of inwardness meditation. He has them write letters to each other without reading them to the other person. That's the inwardness process, not wanting anything from someone else, but working it out within themselves, each single person. And in the end, they made peace. And they went in peace and friendship back to the Middle East. That's what I want to see in the world happening. Okay, I want peace happening. Donald Trump helped tremendously to bring peace in the Middle East. He was in the process of withdrawing all the troops from the whole world. He's an amazing angel soul. Okay. And then Kamala Harris and Joe Biden reversed all of this again. As soon as they got in, they sent the troops back out into the world. They fueled the war again. Because they work for the corporate agenda. That's why. Okay. The corporate agenda doesn't want peace. They live on selling their weapons to the U.S. government. It's a market perpetuation. It's horrific. Absolutely horrific. People need to understand what's going on with that. Donald Trump is pro-peace. Okay? Give him a chance. Let him come back. Let him restore this country and the world, okay, and make peace again. We want peace. Peace and love for all beings, okay? You guys take care. Bye-bye.